Julianne Moore, the iconic actress known for her captivating performances in films like Echo Valley and Hannibal, has always been a beacon of grace and vitality, even as she navigates the later chapters of her life. At 64, she's not just holding her own in Hollywood's demanding landscape. She's thriving, and she's generous enough to share the quirky yet profound advice that's become a cornerstone of her wellness routine. In a heartfelt conversation, Moore opened up about a tip from her trainer that sounds almost whimsical but packs a serious punch for both body and mind: take the opportunity to walk backwards. It's not about turning back time or avoiding forward progress. Far from it. Instead, it's a deliberate disruption to the everyday autopilot we all fall into. A simple act that reignites neural pathways and strengthens muscles in ways our forward-marching habits never touch. Imagine this. You're strolling through a park, lost in thought about your to-do list, when suddenly you pivot and start walking heel-to-toe in reverse. At first, it feels awkward, even comical, like something out of a slapstick comedy. But Moore swears by it, explaining that she incorporates this backward ambulation every once in a while to shake things up. Her trainer, a wise guide in her fitness journey, emphasized seizing those spontaneous moments, whether it's on a quiet street or during a hike. Why does it work so well? For the body, backward walking engages underutilized muscles in the legs and core, improving balance and coordination while reducing the strain on knees that forward steps often exacerbate. It's like giving your posterior chain, a fancy term for the muscles along the back of your body, a much-needed spotlight. Studies from exercise physiologists back this up. Research shows that reverse walking can enhance proprioception, that sixth sense of where your body is in space, which is crucial as we age and fall risks creep in. But Moore's endorsement goes deeper than physical perks. It's a brain booster too. This exercise is so good for your body and brain, she enthused, her voice carrying the conviction of someone who's felt the difference firsthand. Neurologically, walking backwards forces your brain to recalibrate, activating the cerebellum and vestibular system in novel ways. It's a low-stakes adventure that combats the monotony of routine, much like solving a puzzle or dancing to an unfamiliar beat. Moore expands on this philosophy, painting a broader picture of vitality: anything that gets you out of your normal routine, meeting new people, learning a new game, a language, all of those things are things that kind of wake you up. She's spot on. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections, thrives on novelty. In an era where sedentary lifestyles and screen time dominate, these small rebellions against the ordinary are lifelines to mental sharpness and emotional resilience. Diving further into her revelations, Moore reflected on how this mindset has evolved with her. I feel more alive when I'm doing that, she shared, her words laced with a quiet joy. It just makes everything better to learn something new or even silly things. There's a poetic humility here, acknowledging that growth doesn't always require grand gestures. A silly backward walk or picking up a beginner's phrasebook can infuse daily life with that spark of curiosity we chased as kids. It's a reminder that fitness isn't solely about reps and sets. It's about reclaiming wonder, about allowing yourself to stumble, literally, into moments of unscripted delight. For Moore, who juggles a high-profile career with motherhood to 2 children alongside her husband, Bart Freundlich, these practices aren't indulgences. They're necessities for sustaining the energy that fuels her passions. As the conversation turned more introspective, Moore delved into the transformative shift in her approach to health as she's grown older and, in her words, wiser. Youth, she mused, comes with an illusion of invincibility. When you're younger, you don't think about much at all, she observed candidly. I mean, you really feel impervious to everything and to anything health and wellness related. Ah, the folly of 20-something optimism. Nights out without a second thought to sleep cycles, junk food feasts justified by bulletproof metabolisms. Moore's candor resonates because it's universal. We've all been there, treating our bodies like rental cars we assume we'll trade in before the mileage catches up. But time, that great equalizer, humbles us. It whispers, and sometimes shouts, that the vitality we once squandered is a finite resource, one worth stewarding with intention. This realization, for Moore, marked a pivot point. However, I think the more life you've accrued, the more precious it becomes, she remarked, her tone shifting to one of profound gratitude. It's a sentiment that echoes through literature and philosophy, from Mary Oliver's call to, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" to the stoic reminders from Marcus Aurelius about cherishing the present. For the Oscar-winning actress, accruing life means collecting not just accolades and experiences, but wisdom etched into the lines around her eyes and the subtle aches of a body well lived. Motherhood amplified this. Raising 2 kids in the glare of public scrutiny taught her that self-care isn't selfish, It's the foundation for showing up fully for those you love. The Oscar winner, who shares 2 kids with husband Bart Freundlich, added she prioritizes herself and takes care of her health, underscoring a balanced ethos where personal wellness supports familial bonds. Moore didn't stop at philosophy, she got practical, addressing the aha moments that propel us toward better habits. You tend to take things for granted until something happens, she continued, alluding to those wake-up calls we all dread yet secretly need, be it a health scare, a milestone birthday, or simply the mirror's unfiltered truth one morning. Life's plot twists force a reckoning, but they also illuminate pathways forward. For Moore, this meant honing in on sustainable practices that align with her lifestyle. But you also learn about the things that will ensure that you can continue to do the stuff that you care about, she elaborated. It's empowering language, framing health not as punishment or deprivation, but as enablement. Want to chase your kids around the yard into their teens? Want to memorize lines for that dream role without fatigue derailing you? Then build the scaffolding, habits that fortify rather than fatigue. At the core of her regimen? The basics elevated to art. Exercising regularly, eating well, sleeping, all of those things help you perform to the best of your ability, Moore affirmed. There's no glamour in kale smoothies or 10,000 steps, but there's efficacy. Regular movement, whether that backward stroll or a yoga flow, releases endorphins that combat stress hormones, while nutrient-dense meals fuel cellular repair, and quality sleep consolidates memories and regulates mood. Moore's approach demystifies celebrity wellness. It's accessible, rooted in consistency over intensity. She doesn't tout fad diets or extreme cleanses. Instead, she champions integration, weaving these elements into the fabric of her days so they feel less like chores and more like rhythms.